It's 6 months since a television expose revealed the shocking existence of Filipino children trapped in adult jails. Images of children behind bars with pedophiles and other criminals were broadcast around the world. Reporter Chris Rogers has returned to the Philippines and reports that little has changed. This is a cell full of broken lives and broken promises. When we exposed this abuse 6 months ago, the Philippine authorities pledged swift action. Here we found young faces are still behind bars, hungry, exhausted and terrified. We were shown the ongoing abuse, posing as aid workers. Incredibly, the warden allowed us to film. This is possibly the worst form of child imprisonment I've seen so far. Children stacked on shelves like farm animals, I suppose, and it's unbearably hot in here. The roof is made out of steel with the burning sun beating down on it hour after hour. You can imagine how hot it gets throughout the day. It's only about 10 in the morning. Imagine how hot it's going to be later in the day. I don't know how these children bear it, I really don't. We were told the government ordered wardens to separate children from adult inmates, but this tiny cell is the only alternative here. I felt like I was feeding caged animals. This is not the first time I've met 13-year-old Carlo. Last year we filmed him in another jail. He'd been there 3 months. Eventually he was released. Now he's back behind bars, this time accused of stealing a bucket of fish. He told me they're allowed out of this cell to exercise for just 1 hour a week. It was relatively easy to expose the horrors of this jail. I was told it could be worse elsewhere. But with camera equipment banned in other prisons, getting proof wasn't going to be easy. We had to come up with an elaborate plan. Despite all the risks, we just have to get inside these jails. We might be able to use the camera we had last time, but it's unlikely. Even mobile phones have been confiscated now. So the cameraman Tony is armed with a hidden camera, and it's by using this we hope to reveal what it is the authorities are trying to hide. Still posing as charity workers, we now risk certain arrest, breaching the security designed to hide child prisoners from the outside world. No cameras, not even a cell phone. The number of young hands reaching out for help was overwhelming. Girls are rarely found in prisons. They tend to turn to prostitution rather than petty crime. But we discovered 12-year-old Sarah, accused of shoplifting. She told me the female cell door is left open and male prisoners have harassed her. It would cost her parents a month's wage to bail her out. She faces weeks here, possibly months. Despite the risk of being recognised, I wanted to return to the jails we visited last year. Back then, behind these walls, we discovered children sharing a cell with 2 sexual offenders. They told us they had a special relationship with the boys. 6 months on, those special relationships continue. Do you look after the children? Do you look after the children?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. I see.
Also vision, my friend.
Oh, I see.
I like inmates too.
One of his inmates is 12-year-old Reggie, the latest arrival, charged with stealing a necklace. Absolutely nothing has been done to keep the adult inmates away from the children. Reggie's been told his first court hearing is weeks away. Then we visited the jail where last July we filmed This Hell on Earth. As a result, the children were ordered to be moved, and the prison governor was sacked. His replacement refused to take us to the cells and kept us waiting in the courtyard. He had good reason to. Child prisoners have been held here again, now issued with prison uniform. Convinced I was a genuine aid worker, the governor started telling me about my own investigation. And is it still crowded?
Yes.
The government have made empty promises before. A decade ago, they offered child prisoners a lifeline, the Juvenile Justice Bill.